marketing that it never dawned on me until about 4 or 5 years. It never dawned on me until about 4 or 5 years into network marketing that finding prospects was a skill. What? I thought it was a natural resource. I never thought it was a skill. It's actually a skill that you could develop and you could nurture and you could improve and you could get better at. Okay, that's a new thought. So I started to look at what the successful people did. And let me just give you something to start off with. From Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. I think that's so true. This is a life skill, people. It's not just a network marketing skill. Finding people, meeting people, interacting with people, bringing value to other people, building relationships with other people, strengthening your network, strengthening your influence, being more powerful. It's a life skill. All the great leaders in the world understand this. They know how to shake more hands. They know how to provide more value. They know how to connect with more people. Harvey McKay, my good friend, he talks about this. He has a book called Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty. A lot of people think, like How to Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive as their favorite book. This is my favorite book of his books. Dig your well before you're thirsty. What does that mean? Build relationships before you need them. Build friendships before you need them. Bring value to somebody else before you ask for value out of yourself. Like Gary said, jab, jab, jab. And then, give, give, give. And then ask. Dig your well before you're thirsty. Harvey McKay is a real living example of what he talks about. He's one of the most powerful networked guys I know. And he's my friend. And I'll give you an example of the kind of guy that Harvey is. We've done a few interviews. How many have seen Harvey's interview on Network Marketing Pro? The rest of you, go back in the archives and find it. It's really good. Guy's wildly successful. But I had an issue. My wife, my stepson, with my wife, Marina, was trying to figure out his visa to get his green card to get to the United States. After we got married, all these different challenges, huge challenges, and they were saying, no, can't do it. So I called Harvey and said, Harvey, can you help? And my friend Harvey, who's more busy than anybody I know, practically, he called senators, he called Congress people, he called the fundraisers for those people, and said, this needs to be a priority. If Harvey asks something of me, guess what the answer is going to be? Yes, whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. If he asked me to look at an opportunity, guess what I would say? Absolutely. When and where, Harvey? See, he understood and understands the value of building networks, digging your well before you're thirsty. He has some basic fundamental principles. His father, who is an Associated Press reporter, sat him down at age 21 and said, Harvey, now that you're out of school, every person that you meet for the rest of your life, get their contact information, put them into your Rolodex, and find a creative way to stay in touch. Find a way to provide value to those people. And if you'll do that, Harvey, everything else in business and in life will take care of itself. Just start today. Hey, my name is Eric Worre, and if you're involved in the network marketing profession, I want to invite you to come to the Network Marketing Pro YouTube channel. Every week, we put out content on how you can become a network marketing professional. We have tips, ideas, strategies, interviews with million-dollar earners in the profession, interviews with global icons like Tony.
Okay, so quickly, everybody go to the chat box. Tell me one thing that you learned from this short video. Remember, Eric Warren told us that for you to be successful in this business, you must make a decision to become what? A professional in prospecting. Everybody go to the chat box and type, I am a professional in prospecting. Everybody go to the chat box and type that, then write that down on your personal affirmation book. I am a prospect magnet. I attract prospects professionally to my business. Write that down in the chat box. Go to our various WhatsApp group, write that down. If I don't write it in the chat box, go to the WhatsApp groups, write it down, then write it down in your self-affirmation book. I am a prospect magnet. I attract prospects professionally. Go to our various WhatsApp group and type that. I am a prospect magnet. I attract prospects professionally. Then write it in your self-affirmation book. Let it be part of what you affirm to yourself every day, every day, every day, every day. So go to all our alpha, any alpha lion group you are in, go there and type it. I am a prospect magnet. I attract prospects professionally. Then put it down in your personal affirmation book. Don't send it to me privately. Send it in the Alpha Lion group. If you know the Alpha Lion group where you are, send it there. Silverlink, you're sending to me privately. No. Go to the Alpha Lion group and send it. Don't send me privately. Go to the Alpha. I need you to make a proclamation to the world. Tell the world. Then you go out, figure out how to become. And that is what we are doing. So go to the various Alpha Lion group and do what? And type, I am a prospect magnet. I attract prospects professionally. Then write it down in your self-affirmation book. Eric Warren also went ahead to tell us that. He also went ahead to tell us that rich people look for and build network. Network means quality friends, association that add value to them, and they work together, they sharpen themselves, they improve themselves, and they move towards success together. But every other person is busy looking for a job. But rich and successful men are busy looking for network, increasing, meaning these guys are out looking for people, they are in people business, they are increasing their network, they are adding value to people's life, they are creating impact. How do you add value? It's through our business. You know that you have a gold mine in your hand. The gift of what you have is so great that it can change someone's life. All those struggling financially to expand their business, to raise funds, entrepreneurs struggling, employees that are not satisfied with their salary, retirees that are scared, don't know what to do after retirement. Most of them are already victims of puzzle schemes. Religious leaders that they keep preaching, but because of the economy, they are not even building their organization. They need to have their own personal finance. Youth, graduates. These people are busy roaming the streets when there's no job. Housewives, women that are doing nothing. This is your way of bringing value to all these people. So identify their pain points. What's the pain that they feel that you can use as a motivating factor? So having listened to that, I want us to listen to another one. I told us this week we are rounding up everything on prospecting. This week we're rounding up everything on prospecting.
Hey, Fraser Brooks here, and in this video, I want to share with you some network marketing prospect scripts so that you can massively increase network marketing prospect scripts for you to be able to recruit more people in your network marketing business using social media. Yeah. So for those of you who are new to the channel, Fraser Brooks here, and I help network marketers all over the world build their business using social media. And I really, really, really wanted the chance to help you from today onwards. So to do that, all you've got to do, it takes you less than a second to do, is just go over onto that subscribe button and just give it a tap. Go on, just give it a hard tap, real hard. Once you're done, yeah, now we're ready to go. Okay. Do that, give me a thumbs up, and then we are ready to go, get into this. I'm going to give you some game-changing stuff here to really help explode your efforts on social media for your network marketing business. Now, you might have noticed this little floating, spinning light bulb here. I have this on my desk literally every single day, spinning around. Why? Because I believe in order for you to keep growing and growing and growing, it's all about you collecting the bingo moments. So some people call it an aha moment, bingo moment for me, or a light bulb moment. When the light bulb goes off, ding, then you get that. Every time you get a bingo moment, I want you to go into the comments, whether it's this video or future videos, and just put in the comments in capitals, bingo, and then let me know what the bingo moment was. The more people I see giving the same bingos, the more I can kind of go a little bit deeper into that topic and help you guys out. Also, if you have any questions, put them down below. I'll answer them in upcoming videos. Okay, so recruiting people on social media. Hey, some people struggle with it. A lot of people struggle on it. Some people don't, right? It's a very, very minority who don't struggle with it. And that's because in order for you to grow, you have to find your flow. So I'm going to share with you the two-step process of what you need to do to go from stranger to friend, friend to family. All right, so here we go. Step number one. I'm going to use my good old trusty, I'm going to use the good old.
Please, let's pay attention to him very, very well. Let's pay attention. Get your pen and your book to write.
Trusty flip chart here. So step number one is you need to find, add, message. Find, add, message. Okay, so you find someone, you add them, and then you message them. Now, some people will come to me and say, Fraser, it's really weird adding people on social media and messaging them. Well, you have a choose. You have a choose, or you have a choice. A choice is actually what should be called choose. You have a choice. Choose is like German for like choose, right? It's buy. Okay. Anyway, you have a choice to make. Come on, Fraser. You have a choice to make. You either feel weird by messaging strangers, or you feel weird with the amount of commissions that you get paid in your network marketing business. Choose your weird. Feel weird or get weird, right? That might sound a little bit weird, to be fair, but get the weird commission checks by getting over yourself, right? So step one, you find someone on Facebook. You add that person on Facebook and you message them. If you're using Instagram, you find them, you engage with them, and you message with them. Now, it's no coincidence that the word fam is the first three letters of the word family. It's the whole point. Every single person we connect with was strangers at one point. In fact, I often think, and I think, you know what? I'm so grateful that my dad approached a stranger who is now my mum, right? When my dad and my mum met, strangers happened, I happened, right? Really strange thing that happened. Okay, so find, add, message, super important. The second step is you need to then establish whether you are on which side of the mountain you are going to be climbing. Now, what do I mean by that? I have a process and it's called Messenger Mountain, right? The goal of the mountain is to get to the summit, okay? Now, there are two ways of doing it. The first way, where you're going to get rejection rocks, it's very steep, but it's shorter, right? It's a shorter amount of space, but it's a lot very steep. This is what we call the direct way, okay? The direct way meaning you find that message, so, hey, Jimmy, saw you in a dog lovers group, thought it'd be cool to connect. Jimmy says, hey, Fraser, yeah, look.
Guys, look at what's happening. He's telling us how to identify new prospects online, how to make friends. He said, find them. Always look out for people between the age of, I would say between the age of 26 or 30 to 65 years. Private chat them. He said, find them, then add them to your contact list or follow them, then send them a message by what? Remember, the first thing is to compliment them. Go through their pages, see something that they like most of their posts, compliment them. If they have the same interest with you, remember, it has to be a quality contact. Then the next thing is what? Either you do a direct prospecting or indirect prospecting. but that's after you built rapport.
Of that group, how are you? I then might reply to Jimmy and say something like, Jimmy, this might be completely off here, but I'm just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing product that I've been using? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. That's very direct. Now, this isn't really cold messaging people because we're connecting first. The whole point of this is to connect and then ask the question. So a connection script would be, like I said before, hey name, how I found you, ask a question. Hey Mary, saw that you recently visited Vietnam. May I ask what hotel you stayed at? Hey Sarah, love that Gucci bag that you posted about on your Instagram. May I ask which shop you bought it at? Hey Samantha, love that post you made in the Liverpool Football Club group. Go Reds. What did you think of the last game? Very, very simple, very easy. That's how you connect. The second one, we need to establish which our route is. But the goal is to ask the question. You either ask it straight after connecting, or the second side of messenger mounting is relationship building. Spell it right though, Fraser. Wow, that's I've exposed the quality of my handwriting. That's really bad. This says that says relationship building, which should stand for relationship building. Anyway, so what we'll find is that relationship building, this side of the mountain, is a little bit shallower. It's a shallower gradient. It's a bit steadier. And you can do this in your flip-flops. You could moonwalk, I mean, I can't do the moonwalk, but you could moonwalk up this hill. But the problem is, when you're doing this, you will reach a moment where you reach the monster of the mountain. The monster of the mountain, and this is you. This is the moment that you feel super awkward bringing your product, your service, or your business up to a friend. You know, it's like, hey, Betty, I know you're 72 and I've known you on social media now for 34 years, and I would love to ask you if you'd be open to checking out some information. You built a friendship, you've been to their wedding, a christening, an anniversary dinner, you've traveled the world with them, and now you're going to ask them about the business. You don't need to build that much of a deep connection with someone before you can ask them the question. But here are the basics. This is a process that I've been using for years and years and years, and that is Lord. Lord. So the L is for location. The O is for occupation. The R is for recreation, and the D is for dreams. So where are you based? What do you do for a living? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Are you guys getting? He's giving us clue on what to say in terms of forming relationship with cold market, people we met on Facebook, we became friends with. So when you're online on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media, are you making new friends? How do you make new friends? Find quality friends, add them to your friend list, then or follow them, then you message them, compliment them, then engage them in a friendly conversation, build relationship, ask them of their location, ask them of let me rewind it again.
And the D is for dreams. So the location. The O is for occupation.
So you ask them, where is their location? Where are they chatting from? Just indirectly, conversation. O is occupation.
The R is for recreation. And the
So he said R is for recreation. Like, what do they do for fun? What do they do to relax after work? Just to stay away from the entire noise in the family. What do they do? Then D is?
The D is for dreams.
Dreams.
So where are you based? What do you do for a living? What do you like to do in your spare time? What are your dreams? Now, if you ask someone, hey, what are your dreams? It's weird. It's kind of a weird thing to ask. So here's a way of asking it. Hey, I ask all my social media friends, what's their #1 goal for the rest of the year? What's their top goal for the next 3 months? It's a good way to find the people who are dreamers, who are goal setters, who are go-getters. Okay? So point #1, find, add, message. Hey Jimmy, love that post you made in the dog lovers group. What I thought it'd be cool to connect. How are you? Name, how you found them, question. Second one is that you need to establish whether you're going to ask the question straight after they reply to your message, or you're going to build a relationship, basic fundamental relationship, just so you're not a complete stranger, and then ask them the question. Now, what's the question? Hey, Sarah, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing product that I've recently been using? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. Hey, name, just curious, would you be open to a game-changing opportunity to make some extra money? Then you've got to take it away from them. No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. Now, you might be thinking, well, which way is better, Fraser? What works best? Everyone is different. So here's their time for you. Here's the activity time for you. I want you to go and find out, message as many people as you can to be able to get 100 people reply. And then I want you to be direct with 50 of those people.
Okay, let me remind you, someone is saying they don't get the meaning of love.
Lord. So the L is for location. The O is for occupation. The R is for recreation. And the D is for dreams. So where are you based? What do you do for a living? What do you like to do in your spare time? What are your dreams? Now, if you ask someone, hey, what are your dreams? It's weird. It's kind of a weird thing to ask. So here's a way of asking it. Hey, I ask all my social media friends, what's their #1 goal for the rest of the year? What's their top goal for the next 3 months? It's a good way to find the people who are dreamers, who are goal setters, who are go-getters. Okay? So point #1, find, add, message. Hey, Jimmy, love that post you made in the dog lovers group. What I thought it'd be cool to connect. How are you? Name, how you found them, question. Second one is that you need to establish whether you're going to ask the question straight after they reply to your message, or you're going to build a relationship, basic fundamental relationship, just so you're not a complete stranger, and then ask them the question. Now, what's the question? Hey, Sarah, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing product that I've recently been using? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. Hey, name, just curious, would you be open to a game-changing opportunity to make some extra money? Then you've got to take it away from them. No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. Now, you might be thinking, well, which way is better, Fraser? What works best? Everyone is different. So here's their time for you. Here's the activity time for you. I want you to go and find out, message as many people as you can to be able to get 100 people reply. And then I want you to be direct with 50 of those people, and then build a relationship with 50 of them, and then ask the question. The goal is to reach the summit, and you reach the summit by asking the question. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's the activity for you. Here's today's dare. I want you to go out there and complete this. It might take you a week. It might take you a month. It might take you a year. But I want you to let me know in the comment section how long it's going to take you to go ahead and do this. Are you going to aim to do it in the next 10 days, 30 days, 50 days, 100 days? But here's the second activity step. I want you to imagine that there's a stake, like a long stake on the subscribe button. And then I want you to imagine that you've got an invisible sledgehammer in your hand, and I want you to smash the subscribe button harder than you've smashed anything you've ever done before, right? So just bang, there we go, done. Congrats, you've already done one of the dares, okay? You're an action taker, not an action faker, all right? Don't fake the action, do the work. Don't fake work, do the work. So if you follow these two processes, you find, add, message, and then ask the question, whether it's direct or relationship building, you are going to win, and you're going to win big in your network marketing business. With that being said, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and check out my best-selling books, I Dare You, which is the ultimate guide to recruiting more people on social media, I Double Dare You, which is the ultimate guide to getting people launched, started, and duplicated using social media. The link is down below.
Okay, so we've gotten the first script. Let's move over to the second script.
I want to share with you how you can recruit 10 people into your network marketing business in just 10 days. Okay, so I'm so fired up about this video and this training. So I get asked all the time, hey Fraser, I want to be able to go big. I want to be able to recruit a large number of people in a short space of time. How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? So I'm super excited to be able to share with you not just the theory, but also like some numbers and data behind what you actually need to do in terms of the activity to get the results. And that's a great place to start. A lot of people, they have the goal mindset. And I know the title of this video is the whole like how to recruit 10 people into 10 days. And that's why you're here to watch this. But the goal is then to recruit 10 people in 10 days. But instead of having the goal mindset and getting disappointed when and if it doesn't happen, instead you need to create the growth mindset. The growth mindset is the one where you focus on the activity to get better, the activity to progress. Because here's what I want to let you know. You are not in control of the results that you get, but you are in full control of the activity that you take. And if you've ever been around any of my other trainings, you will know that I say time and time again, activity multiplied by skills equals results. So focus on the beginning part of the equation, growing your activity and growing your skills, and the results will come. But most people focus on the results before the activity and skill, and they're like, it doesn't work for them. So here we go. I want to share with you that the first things you need to really pay attention to is there are 3 steps. All right. Number 1, number 2, number 3. That's how you write number 1, 2, and 3. Fraser, well done. All right. So I recently did a 10-day challenge, hence why we're doing this video. And what we did, there was 1,500 people who started the challenge. It's called Dash for Cash, 10-day challenge to help you get more leads, more customers, more sales, more social media reach and following and engagement, all that fun stuff. But every single day, once they did their activity, which I shared them what they had to do, they then actually, network marketers all over the world had to fill in a very, very, very simple form. And the reason for that is we got all the data. And in fact, let me kind of read off the numbers. In 10 days, that we generated 129,443 leads. There was 3,500 customers and 827 distributors joined. So I want to break this down for you because I want to show you the exact numbers of how to be able to recruit 10 people in 10 days. So step number 1 is you need to find. Step number 2 is you need to connect. And step number 3 is you need to introduce. Right? So you need to find someone on social media. You then need to connect with them, and then you need to introduce them to your product, service, or opportunity. Now, again, if you follow me for any certain length of time, or you've read my book, I dare you, you will know that my process to find people is find, add, message. Find, add, message. You find someone on LinkedIn, you add them, you message them. You find someone on Instagram, you add them, you message them. Obviously, add is follow, right? You find someone on Facebook, you add them, you message them. That's it. It's not find, add, wait for them to find, add, wait for them to kind of message you. It's not find, add, pray to Mr. and Mrs. Universe. It's not find and then hope that one day they'll find you back and add you and message you. It's not. It's you find, you add, you message. Now, some people will reply. Here are the recent stats based on like us doing the data with my inner circle and then also with Dash for Cash. Around 15 to 20%, 15 to 20% of people who you find add message will actually reply to you. Now, it will be higher if you do smaller numbers and you're like super, super refined on who you'll find add messaging. For example, if you love dogs, right? And you go find a dog lovers group and you find another dog lover, you add a dog lover, and then you message a dog lover who's got dogs all over their profile. You've got dogs all over your profile and the message is dog related, chances are you got a higher percentage. Now, if you're messaging thousands of people, you might notice that your percentage is slightly lower, right? Slightly lower. So step 1, you find, add, message. Step 2, you connect. this might be a little bit of back and forth, maybe talking about the dogs, maybe talking about where they live, maybe what they do for a living. Or you could just go straight in and ask the question. I call it ask the question, which is then introduce. And this is ATQ. Now, there isn't an acronym, I suppose, to connect, apart from, that was wrong, Fraser, of course there is. I call it LORD, right? Location, occupation, recreation, dreams. Now, some people will do the connecting and some people won't, right? It's up to you. My rule number one is find, add message, 15 to 20% will reply, and then be sure to ask the question. If you want to connect with them first to increase your chances potentially of them saying yes when you ask the question, go for it. But I recommend you doing 50 of each. 50 direct after they've replied, or 50 build the relationship and then ask. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go for it. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more you think. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more you think. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. All right. Now, here's what we found. This is the interesting part. Let me use the green pen. What we found was if you asked the question to 100 people, so 100 asks of the question, this is what we found. And look at my numbers here. We found that if you asked 100 people, you would get one distributor with completely cold in just a 10-day period, right? Completely cold, and you would get 4 customers. Now, some people might be thinking, whoa, hang on a minute. That means I've got to find that message 500 people for me to be able to have 100 people to actually ask the question to. Yeah, that's right. Now, here's the thing. So again, this is a lot of numbers, a lot of different information. So to get this, you'll need to do 500 find out messages. So 500 find out messages at 20% reply will then give you 100 people that you can ask the question to. Now, here's the fun thing. Throughout the process, I get people to do blitz calls where I put the timer on for 10 minutes and I say, right, I want you to go and spend 10 minutes, find, add, messaging people. And I want, every time you find someone, add them, message them, I want you to give a little score, 1. And then you do another one, 2. You do another one, 3. And at the end of the 10 minutes, I want you to let me know how many people you did in 10 minutes. So people do it and some people reply back, pretty much everyone replies back. And my team, they make a note of all the numbers. We add them up, we divide it by the number of people who obviously gave us the numbers, and we have a total number. It takes the average person just under 1 minute to find someone, add them, and message them. So in this principle, it would take you 500 minutes, so basically 8 hours of find, add, messaging to be able to get 1 distributor and 4 customers. Now you might be thinking like, hang on, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So this is what I want you to know. I want you to know that this data is based on some people leading with the business, some people leading with the products. But if you follow what I teach in I Double Dare You on how to upgrade customers into distributors, you will find that at least 1 of these 4 will become distributors. Now, this is what I want you to do, and what every one of you should do if you're in network marketing and you're serious. And this is me going into depth here to really understand the growth mindset and not the goal mindset. I want you to get addicted to find out messaging and asking the question, and not addicted to getting the distributors and the customers. But most people will focus on that because that's where the money is, but I'm going to blow your mind. So I want you to take the total amount of commissions that you've earned. And hey, if you're starting out, it might be very low to nothing. But I want you to take the total amount of commissions that you earned, and then I want you to divide it. Right, this is total. I think that's total. No, I think it's the other way around. I can't remember. It's a Greek symbol for total. I want you to take the total number of dollars that you've earned, divided by the number of people that you've recruited frontline. Right? This is the most. I think I'm drawing hieroglyphics in Egyptian here. So this is frontline. So you bring in Bob to become a customer. You bring in Mary to become a customer. Mary brings in John. That doesn't count because you brought Mary in. So you've got maybe 2 frontline, 5 frontline. So the total amount of commissions, let's say you've earned $1,000 and you've brought in, let's say 4 people. This is going to give you a total, let's go total, of $250 basically per person that you've brought in, right? Now stay with me here. Yes, your company might not pay you $250 for getting someone to join, but the person who you bring in might reorder. They might get a big order come in. They might recruit 10 people themselves and have an organization of 1,000 people, but you just brought 1 person in. Now we start to look at this and we go, hang on a minute. If based on this number, for example, you would have made $250 with the potential to make another $250 if you upgrade one of these customers. So to make $500 in 8 hours of work, sitting at home on your laptop, whilst you're spending more time with your kids, on the balcony of your apartment, in the back garden, on holiday, it starts to now get like it starts to get a bit of a fun game, right? So this is how you get 1. If you want to get 10 in 10 days, you have to go add a 0 to these numbers, right? It's going to be a long stretch. But here is the thing that people miss time and time and time again. This data is based on a 10-day period. Some of the people, a lot of the people who took part in that challenge are getting results today based on the activity of the find ad messages from this. If I take the data that we get from the inner circle, then the inner circle is my 12-month group coaching program. Instead of it taking 100 ask the questions to get 1 and 4, you will get anywhere from 2 to 3 distributors and about 10 customers from the same work. Why? Because we take the longer data. This is data that's been collected for 18 months now. These people have got higher skills, they're taking higher activity, and the results that they're getting is significantly higher. So if they ask the question to 100 people, they can find themselves getting 2 to 3 distributors plus 2 or 3 of these customers upgrading. So they can have 5 distributors joining their business in the 500 fans that they do. So I know it's a lot. It's like, wow, there's a lot of numbers. This is crazy. Don't forget, it's with completely cold audience. People who have never heard of you before, never seen you. If you want to improve these numbers, then grow your skills. Get more consistent on social media with the live videos and the Instagram stories and the Facebook stories and all that fun stuff. I've got other videos all based on that. Feel free to go check out my channel and find that out. There's one thing I want to mention to you more. Before I do that, if you haven't already done so, I have 2 best-selling books. There we go. That's why they're on the wall back there. I Dare You is the ultimate guide to recruiting more people using social media. And I Double Dare You is the ultimate guide to getting people started and duplicating on social media. If you're struggling recruiting people, this is the book for you. If you're struggling to get the people that you recruit to do something, this is the book for you. Some of you, a lot of you will want both of the books, but you can click the link down below in the first line of the description to check it out. You'd be doing me a favor, you'd be doing yourself a favor, and you'd be doing the whole world and network marketing a favor by raising your level of professionalism. So have the growth mindset. Look to find ad message, connect with people if that's your style, and then introduce them by asking them the question. All scripts are mentioned in here for you to be able to get them in front of a presentation. Of the 100 asked questions, you might find 10, 20, 30 people says, yes, sure. The rest will ignore you, block you, delete you, call you a scammer, all this fun stuff, right? It happens a lot. But 10, 20 people maybe will then say, yeah, sure, send me the information. You have to now make a decision. Are you going to be sending them information about becoming a customer by sending them information about a product, or distributor information? But that is the average number of results that you can get if you do this in a 10-day period. But remember, growth mindset. Get addicted to the find ad message. Get addicted to the ask the question. Start to identify what your number is. When you start out, it will be very, very low. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to give me a big smash that subscribe button bigger than you've ever hit it. Imagine if you had a sledgehammer and you could smash it. I want you to smash the subscribe button. Give me a big thumbs up. But in the comments below, let me know how many find ad messages you are going to commit to in the next 10 days. Starting from when you watch this video, how many people are you going to find ad message in the next 10 days in your network marketing business? I'll tell you this, if it's under 100, you will get little to no results. If it's about 500, you can expect some great things to happen in a 10-day period, right? So go give me a number down below. I can't wait to see your comments. I'll be replying to all the comments. And again, if you hit that subscribe, you will be on, I'll be seeing you.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. For those of us, people like Engineer Henry, that you think you've exhausted, with what we are learning today, can you see that there's abundance? That's what we call a growth mindset. That's what we call a growth mindset. Okay, so I'm very excited for these 3 videos we watched today. So it's time, everybody, it's time. You tell me one thing. We watched 3 videos today, 2 videos that gives us scripts on how to prospect on social media, and the video where Eric Warren was telling us on how to making a decision to become a prospect, a professional prospect attractor, a prospect magnet, making a decision to become a professional when it comes to prospecting. So I'm going to be unmuting us. If I unmute you, tell me one thing you learned from the 3 videos, then you give me a report of your income generating activity, the last line of action I asked you to do, so that I can guide you on your next line of action. So for this, I'll be stopping the video, I'll be stopping the record so that we can go into the next segment.